we are going to discuss about the data access with ADO.NET. So already we know ADO.NET is a component which is used in Visual Basic. So now I am going to tell about the advanced visual programming. So here also we are going to use some ADO.NET objects and how to manipulate the data, how to access the data. Mainly we are going to discuss about the database connectivity in this chapter. Database. Yeah, database is just a collection of one or more tables. Already you know about the database. A database is called a flat file database or a relational database. What is mean by flat file database? It is simply a collection of tables or simply a collection of text. Then what is mean by relational database? It relates the data with multiple tables together. So for example, I am going to join two tables. That is called relational .NET objects. So now we are going to see the main thing which is used for database connectivity. So especially we need some objects. They are data connection objects, data adapter, command objects, data set, data table, data readers, data views, constraint objects, data relation objects, data row, data. First of all, what is mean by data connection object? So the name itself, it had a term connection. So we are going to make a connection with our front end and back end, or simply say I am going to connect the database into my .NET programming. So we need a data connection. Here we have some data connection like OLEDB connection, ODBC connection, Oracle connection, SQL connection. So these connections to communicate with the data source. And next one is data adapters. Once the connection is made, I am going to attach my data to the data connection. So I need an adapter. So we can use OLEDB adapter, ODBC adapter, Oracle adapter or SQL adapter. Here the data adapter communicate between a data source and data set, or we can say it as it communicate between a database and front. So already we have seen data adapters used to manipulate the data, or we can say it as read, write and add, update, delete the records in the data source. So what is the purpose of command objects means? We have some command, that is select command, insert command, delete command, update command. So now you are recollecting your queries. So later we will see about the queries also. And next one is data set. The structure of a data set is similar to a relational database. So it is also look like a table which contains the rows and table. So whenever we are looking about the table in database also, there will be a table that contain a columns and rows, that is a collection of data column and data row objects. And next one is data reader. So the name itself tell you it is only the purpose to read the data, or we can say it as forward only one data. And next one is data view. This is also simply say it as we are going to see the data, or we are going to view the customized data. What is mean by customizing the data? So here we can customize the data like filter, search or shorted data. Already we well know about constraint. Constraint means there is a struggle or there is a condition. So here our data set support a constraint to check the data integrity. So what is mean by constraint means, for example, primary key is a constraint or foreign key is a constraint. Next one is data relation objects. So here my data is relate between the parent and child table based on a key. Next one is data row and column. So this is especially mention a particular row and column in a. So already we have seen what is the database and what are the components of the database. And next of all, we are going to see what is meant by basic SQL statements. So already we know some of the DML statements used in the database. So here some statements are given. So first one is using the select statement. Select statement used to display all our data. And next one is using where class. So where class means there is a condition, and we can use where, or we can use some relational operators or logical operators. Other than that, we can use between, like, in, some, using the distinct statement. So distinct means I am going to print the data without any replication. Here replication means I am having a data like the name Ram, which is stored in 5 times in a table. Once I am going to print the name, that time I will get a Ram name as only one time. And next one is using order by, group by, having. So here I am going to order my data based on some field. I am going to group the data based on some field. And next one is I am going to print the data having some city like Madurai or having some name like Sam. And using built-in functions. So built-in functions means aggregate functions. So here aggregate functions means count, sum, minimum, maximum, average. So we can calculate the sum of the table, calculate the sum of the sum field, minimum of the salary, maximum of the salary, what is the average score of the student. We can easily calculate using the the delete statement. So delete statement is used to delete the record or delete all the records. And using the update statement, so we can update a single record or update all a record. And next one is joining table. We can joining multiple tables using inner join or outer join. So here inner join means we have some condition. So till we have seen what is meant by database and overview, and what are the queries used for database. And now we are going to see what is meant by connection of database. So how to connect database into our .NET. So here we have option Server Explorer, and we have a menu, tools, and attach. So using this we can connect our database. Once our database connected means, then what we need a data provider. Here there is a built-in database like SQL Server and MS Access, and other database also Oracle database or ODBC database we can use. And then we can access the data using SQL data adapter, OLEDB data adapter also. And next one, we can add multiple table using a data set via data views. So already we seen data views is a customized view of a table, or we can say it as mini data set. Once the connection is made, the data set is filling by using this coding SQL data adapter dot fill of dataset 1. This coding is generated by the system once the connection is made. And next one is we can use data views. So here data views have some property, that is data view row state property. So once data view row state property, we can add a row, or we can find out the current row, or we can delete a row, or we are going to perform nothing. These are the using data views.